What's going on, 49er favorite, 49er fan, 49er gang? This is your boy Niner Gang Podcast back in the building. So definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on the post notifications so I can keep you up to date on any and everything San Francisco 49ers and NFL. With that being said, let's get right on into it, man. Wild card weekend is over. It came and went. Some things went, the way that we wanted them to. Some things went the way that we didn't want them to. We had a bunch of fantastic games that were played, man. I mean, criminally insane how great these games were with all of the things that went on there. As far as that's concerned, it was definitely a wonderful, wonderful weekend of football, man. If you didn't watch, if you got NFL Plus, go back and watch the games. You know what I'm saying? Or if you got, NFL Sunday Ticket, watch them. But tell me, great weekend of football. If you missed anything, definitely go back and watch. I didn't get to watch all of the games. I caught some of everything. Of course, I definitely, had to watch an Eagle 49ers game. But with that being said, man, I'm going to pull it up and share the screen with y'all. We're going to start with the Rams and the Panthers. Now, I told you guys initially when I picked everything that I was hoping that the Panthers could pull this off. I was really hoping that they could pull this off, man. But unfortunately, they were not able to, and the Rams get the win. I told you I was hoping that the Panthers could pull it off, but I picked the Rams to win because it made more sense. Now, this was a game, 34-31. That's only a 3-point difference, man. Now, the Panthers beat them in the regular season, and they took them down to the wire here. So you take a look at everything just as a whole, and you see and understand why the Panthers are coming along. And I just saw that they're definitely picking up Bryce Young's fifth-year option, which is great for them because that's the guy. He's the quarterback. Sometimes you just got to get the right pieces around him to be able to do things. And Panthers fans, let me tell y'all something. You have a bright future ahead of you. Continue to build that defense up. Continue to keep things going, man. Make sure that O-line is solid in front of Bryce Young, and I think everything will be good. What's going on, Matt? But yeah, man, this was a hell of a game. It was a great game. I caught a pretty good chunk of it. You know what I'm saying? So let's get right on into it, man. Matthew Stafford, 22 of 42, 304 yards, 3 TDs, 1 interception, and he was only sacked once. Bryce Young, 21 of 40, 264, 1 TD, 1 interception. He was sacked twice. You come down, you take a look at the rushing as a total, 116 yards from the Rams as a total, only 83 yards rushing from the Carolina Panthers. And then when you take a look at it, the disparaging difference here is the fact that with the Rams, you had Kyron Williams, Blake Corum, and even Puka Nacua all averaging over 4 yards a carry. Now, Puka Nacua was the only one who had a rushing touchdown, but at the end of the day, that's not good for your defense. That means your run defense is suspect, and you got some issues. You got some things that you may need to think about and go through there. But basically, that's exactly what happened, man. Run game for the Rams is very, very solid, and it's nice that they got that 1-2 punch with Corum and Williams. For the Panthers, not so much. Chuba Hubbard went back to being the rock, the guy that toted the rock, and Rico Dowdle has disappeared. Dowdle has been kind of up and down all year. He had like this moment where he surged and he started to show that he could possibly be, a number one back for them. And then for some reason he just dropped off. I'm not sure what happened, why it happened, but it is what it is. So basically when you take a look at it, Rico Dowdle, 1.8 yards a carry, 5 carries, 9 yards. And your longest run was 8. So that means those numbers aren't even really that true. That means you only average, if you take that away, you barely averaged a yard. So you couldn't get anything going. So that speaks to Rico Dowdle, along with the fact that the run game for the Panthers wasn't working, and the run defense for the Rams was working overtime. Now, Bryce Young got him a couple of times, 3 carries, 24 yards, and he had that 1 touchdown. But the thing is Bryce Young is the quarterback. So quarterbacks can gash you and average 8 yards a carry. But then if you take a look at it, 16 yards was his long. So you take that, you go 16 out of 20, out of 4, you know what I'm saying? So he didn't really average much. He just had that one big run, and that's where all the chunk came from. So he didn't truthfully average an 8 yards a carry. Yes, it does average out just based off of the numbers, but if you take a look at it like, hey, if he was really running the rock where the numbers at, that one big run was pretty much the chunk and the bulk of it. Everything else, that would have been 2 carries for 8. Well, okay, I take that back. That's still not bad. 2 carries for 8 yards, 4 yards to carry. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. And then Chuba Hubbard, 13 carries, 46 yards, 3.5 yards a carry, 2 touchdowns rushing. So that's what made it a game, man. There were touchdowns to be had, and things worked out. You know what I'm saying? When you get to the half, Carolina scored in every quarter except for the first. If they'd have scored in the first, they probably would have been all right. They could have put up at least 3. This goes to OT. But then when you tell me you take a look at it, they go into halftime, and they're only down 7. They're only down by 3. So it's just 17-14. You know what I'm saying? And then after the half, both teams did the exact same thing. They both scored 3 in the third and 14 in the fourth. The only difference was, once again, they did not score in the first, as far as the Panthers are concerned. Puka Nacua, 10 catches, 111 yards, 1 TD. So he had 2 TDs overall, and it looks like, and he had 125 yards total scrimmage yards. Can't be mad at that. Great output from your number one wideout. Devontae Adams, 5 catches, 72 yards. Kobe Parkinson and Kyron Williams caught touchdown passes from Matthew Stafford, so that's a good thing. Jalen Coker, he came in clutch, bro. 9 catches, 134 yards, 1 TD. That was beautiful. Texatora McMillan, 5 catches, 81 yards. And then the rest of it is kind of very pedestrian. Tommy Tremble, 3 for 22. You know what I'm saying? Different things. But Trevor Etienne, brother of, I believe, Travis Etienne. 1 fumble, he lost it, covered by Troy Reader, I apologize. And then you take a look at the defense, you know what I'm saying, the lone sack was from Travis Gibson. You take a look at everybody, I mean, Christian Rosenbroom, Nick Scott, Claudine Cherilus all had 9 tackles, you know what I mean? They had 8 passes defense in this game. 4 of them alone came from Mike Jackson. Mike Jackson balled this game. He looked really good. He actually was the top DB in this game. He looked really, really nice. And then you got, they had all of their weapons back. And the funny thing is they were missing Mulrig and they were missing J.C. Horn the last time they played. I believe Horn went out of the game for a little bit, though. I'm not sure if he returned. I don't remember. But you come back and take a look at it. You got Cam Curl, Nate Landman. And they always call him Landman. But you got those 2 with 10 tackles. Then you take a look at the sacks. It was Brandon Fisk and Poona Ford. You know what I'm saying? Poona Ford been around forever, man. I feel like he's been there. They had 6 passes defense, 3 TFLs. They had the interception with Kobe Durant. Mike Jackson had his pick on Matthew Stafford. Then you take a look at the kicking, and the kicking was a hundo from both sides. It's just that they could have got Fitzgerald into field goal range for this game, it would have been a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on, Jet? He said no one wants to come in. I appreciate you, big dog. I really do, man. I appreciate you, Matt. It's all good, baby. Yeah, Rams ain't making it out of Chicago. They ain't built tough enough for that. My guy say, hey, look, Rams ain't working on it, man. They ain't doing it. So it's definitely, it sucks. But this is what I will say. Once again, Panthers, hold your heads high, bro. The cards fell in your favor. You just came up against an opponent that kind of put you through the ringer, and you only lost by 3. It wasn't like y'all got blown out. There is one game I'm going to talk to y'all about where you did that game, you feel bad. You don't even want to remember that game. You want to forget that it existed. But in this game, Panthers fans, hey, man, kudos to y'all. Hats off to y'all, man. Y'all did your thing in every which way you could think of. Got some good looks for next season, man. Just make that draft work for you. Make that draft, hell, if free agency is what you want to do, make the draft and free agency work for you. And that will continue to help bolster your team. And who knows, man, you could be the new rulers of that NFC South. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta's without a coach. Tampa Bay is Tampa Bay, but they're always subpar. But NFC South is going to be a little bit more competitive next year, guys. Spencer Rattler's coming along. Saints start to look good toward the end of the season. The Falcons start to look good toward the end of the season. But with the Falcons without a head coach, you got to figure out who they're going to hire, what direction they're going to go in, what they're going to be doing. So it's right for the taking. You know what I'm saying? You guys just got to keep it going. I would say probably try to find yourself a number 1 back, though, because I know it's been back and forth between Hubbard and Dowdle. and it's been a little bit up and down, I would just go ahead and find yourself a new back. But hey, man, Panthers fans, do not get down on yourself. Hold your heads high. You came out, you gave it everything you had. No big deal, man. You know, I know you lost. I know it's the playoffs, but hey, you win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. So the next game on the docket that we're going to talk about here is going to be the Bears versus the Packers. And talk about a game. Listen, man, I tell you all the time about my disdain for USC. I'm a UCLA person to the heart. My uncle has made me that way. I will never change. I will be UCLA until I'm in the grave. But Caleb Williams, man, young man is special. Let me put this up here for y'all, man, because this was a game. It was a game. And in the first half, it scared a lot of people, especially Bears fans, because you're in Soldier Field. Y'all go into the half, and you are down 18 points. You only scored 3 points in the first quarter. That is a daunting task to go into halftime down 18. You know you got 2 quarters. You know it's not that far away. And you know you can do it. But still, 18, that's rough. And so Bears scored 3 in the first, didn't score nothing in the second. Looked like the Packers defense was showing up. No Micah Parsons, no problem, right? Second half happened. Yeah, second half happened. And the Packers didn't score nothing in the third, and they didn't score, and then they scored 6 in the fourth quarter. But the Bears scored 3 in the third and 25 in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter defense for the Packers didn't exist. Caleb Williams lit that ass up. Now, mind you, there was some definite question marks, you know what I'm saying, for some things that happened. I'll give you the numbers in a second. But for you to score 25 in the fourth quarter and say, you know what, we will not die. We will not go quietly into the dark. We will stand up and fight is a beautiful thing, man. Ben Johnson, hats off to you, man. Congratulations to all Bears fans. Enjoy this win. And, hey, man, look, at the end of the day, you got nobody in your way. And this, to me, you know, another thing I will talk about is this kind of solidifies the situation with Jordan Love, man. He's not that good. Now, look, I'm going to give you numbers. You can be like, whoa, this was crazy. Jordan Love, 24-46, 323 yards, 4 TDs. He was only sacked once. Not a single pick on his record. That is a fantastic game from any quarterback in a playoff game. Those numbers right there would typically dictate you won. I am not going to lie. That is straight up great. Caleb Williams, 24-48, 361 yards, 2 TDs, 2 interceptions. He was sacked once. So when you take a look at it, the only difference was Caleb Williams threw the ball 2 more times than Jordan Love did. They had the same amount of completions. Caleb had a little bit more yards than he did, and he threw 2 interceptions. But the interceptions were on Caleb Williams, unfortunately. I mean, like, it's really hard every now and then because sometimes he makes like crazy mistakes, and you're like, why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? But you come in, 19 carries from Josh Jacobs, 55 yards, 2.9 yards a carry. Not good enough. Bears defense was out there balling. And then everybody else, these are all pedestrian numbers, and these are not really running backs. You know, the only other real running back on the list was Emmanuel Wilson. He only had 1 carry for 3 yards. Then you go look at the Bears rushing, 13 carries, 54 yards for DeAndre Swift and the tutty. Kyle Monangai, 8 for 27. So 4.2 from Swift, 3.4 from Monangai. Then you had a little bit of running from Caleb Williams as well. So, I mean, hey, you got to take what you can get. Colston Loveland led the Bears with receiving 8 catches, 137 yards. That boy bad. Then you got DJ Moore with 1 touchdown catch and 6 catches on 64 yards. Roma Dunze, 2 for 44. Luther Burden, 3 for 42. And then the name I love to say, Olamide Zaccheaus. He caught one pass. It was a touchdown. I tell you all the time, like, gaudy stats don't mean a damn thing if you ain't winning the game. I could be out there with 345 yards. I don't care. If I don't get to the end zone, what is it all for? I say this about Kendrick Bourne a lot. What's going on, Mr. Hardy? I say this about Kendrick Bourne a lot. The hard part is that KB will get you yards upon yards upon yards. I just don't see him in the end zone very often. It frustrates me to no end because I really would love for him to get in there. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You're taking a look at things for the Packers. Romeo Dobbs, 8 catches, 124 yards in the TD. Matthew Golden, 4 for 84 with a TD. Jaden Reed, 4 for 43 with a TD. Christian Watson, 3 for 36 with a TD. So when you look at all of that, you're like, damn, man, this is crazy. But here's where things went off the rails. They had 4 fumbles. Now, mind you, they recovered 3 out. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. Bears had 1 fumble. It was recovered. So it was craziness all amongst there because defenses are going, damn, just missed it. And the Bears defense is definitely doing that because I watched one of the guys, all he had to do was fall on the ball, but he accidentally kind of knocked it forward, and that was the case. So it's very frustrating for him. You know what I'm saying? But once again, you take a look at the defensive stats, Edgerrin Cooper, Evan Williams, Isaiah McDuffie, Keyshawn Nixon, Quay Walker, all these dudes had 8, 7, and 6 tackles. The sack came from Luke Van Ness for the Packers. And then for the Bears, the only sack came from Austin Booker, who is an extremely talented defensive lineman. I am telling you guys right now, Austin Booker is coming. An NFL, NFC North, you better be careful and pay close attention. That young man is a star to make it. I loved what he did when he played against us. He played against the Niners. Man, Austin Booker was everywhere. I was the main one I saw. And I think he's number 94. Yeah, he was a dude I saw everywhere. I was like, good Lord, what the hell? Who is this kid? You know, a couple TFLs, 7 passes defense by the Bears, which is straight up fantastic. 9 passes defense by the Packers. That's straight up fantastic as well. So the defenses and everything was moving in this game, man. You know, and then, of course, you had the interception, Tyron Hopper and Carrington Valentine. Like, these names, I don't even know. I don't even know who these people are. But then again, I don't pay enough attention to the Packers. But either way, these aren't superstars. These are just guys out there making plays. So that tells you something. And then with the kicking, 100% for Chicago. And here's where it hurts. This is why I keep telling y'all, day after day, time after time, year after year, kicking matters. Brandon McManus was 0 for 2 on his field goals. That's 6 points. At a minimum, that ties the game. I'm sorry. No, I take that. I apologize. At a minimum, that wins the game. All you got to do is make your field goals, bro. You win the game. You make those 2 field goals, it's a wrap. And you make that extra point, give yourself a little extra cushion. This is part of the reason that kickers matter so much, especially in the playoffs. If I put you in position to make this field goal, you better put that thing through the uprights. I don't care if it bounces off one upright and bounces off the other and goes through. I don't care if it teeters on the crossbar and then falls over. I don't care what it does. At the end of the day, I need that kick to be made because this is where our season is on the line. And McManus, you are responsible. You got to be held accountable, bro. Got to be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? And look at that. They punted 4 times, the Packers. Bears didn't punt at all. Ben Johnson was out there saying, you know what? It's the Bears. It's the Packers. I'm going for it. I am going for it without question. There's nothing you can tell me. I will go for it. I will do it. I will do everything. Matter of fact, let me take a look at the 4th quarter, 4th downs that he went for, because I know he went for it a couple times, if I'm not mistaken. So 4th down efficiency, the Packers were 3 for 3, and the Bears were 2 for 6. So that tells you that he just didn't care. He was like, I'm going for it. I have to. I'm not going to lose this game. This is my first year as a head coach. I want to go into the playoffs. I want to go deep into the playoffs. And I want to be able to play a team and you know, put my name on the map. I want to be that first-year head coach that takes my team to the playoffs and does something instead of being a one-and-done type of situation. So that's great for him, man. That is fantastic for him. So, hey, man, this game right here, that just shows you that's true grit. For 25 points in the fourth quarter to have that comeback win. Hey, man, shout out to the Bears. Shout out Caleb Williams. Fantastic win. Now we got another barn burner. Oh, my goodness. And this one came down to the wire, and I didn't expect it to, but it did. And this is absolutely insane. What's going on, Rick Diaz? Josh Allen, man. Buffalo Bills versus Jacksonville Jaguars. So when I go and watch my games, I go over if you're ever in Arizona during football season and you decide and you're a 49er fan, you come through, you want to watch a game, just go to Varsity Tavern, hang out with the Arizona Niner Empire. That's where we're at. We take over that bar whenever there's playoff football, whenever there's football on Sundays, Thursday nights, Monday nights, all of it, Saturdays, everything. But what I will say is this game came so close. It was only decided by 3 points. And the reason that I state this is because Josh Allen is the quarterback in the playoffs, the number one quarterback in the playoffs that has the most pressure. I would say the number one is going to be Josh Allen, and number two would be Sam Darnold. And that's because basically you better not turn into a pumpkin again like you did last year with the Vikings. You led them to a great record. You know what I'm saying? I believe they were 14-3, and in the playoffs game, you just disappeared. You cannot do that again. But right now we're talking about this. And for Bills Mafia, it was a great win. You went down to Duval and you took that dub. You know what I'm saying? You got the win 27-24. Jacksonville scored in every quarter except for the first, and Buffalo scored in every quarter. And that's another thing that you got to wind up taking a look at. You got to score every quarter. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep up with the other team because sometimes you'll fall behind and it'll get a little rough. Probably some lead changes. And once again, I look at it and it's right there in my face. That's why I scroll to the bottom just to double check. Matt Prater, 100%, 1 thou wow. He did his job. Cam Little has to be beating himself up because one kick puts you into OT at a minimum. It gives your team another shot. But it was missed. This is why kicking matters, people. I tell you all the time. People don't be looking at people thinking I'm dumb, crazy. These situations require your kicker to be as clutch as possible. Josh Allen, 28-35, 273 yards. He only threw 1 touchdown. That's a regular day. It's not really that great. Yards are a little cool, but only 1 TD and you were sacked. Trevor Lawrence, 18-30, 207, 3 touchdowns, but he threw 2 interceptions. He was sacked once. You look at Buffalo's rushing. 15 carries from James Cook III, 46 yards. Josh Allen, 11 carries, 33 yards, 2 tutties. So Allen scored 3 touchdowns pretty much for the most part, did his thing, and then they just relied on Prater to do the rest. You come and take a look at it. Dalton Kincaid was the only person who had a touchdown catch. Leading receiver was Khalil Shakir, 12 catches, 82 yards. Brandon Cooks, 3 catches, 58 yards. Keon Coleman, 1 for 36. And then you go over to the Jags. 7 catches, 107 yards from Parker Washington, 5 for 49 from Travis Etienne. Brian Thomas, 2 for 21. Jacoby Myers, 1 for 12. Etienne, 10 carries, 67 yards. Baishal Tootin, 4 for 51. So it wasn't like the run game wasn't necessarily working. They had 154 yards rushing. I'd have kept running the rock on that ass. Looked like I was working a little bit better because Trevor Lawrence had those turnovers, and that definitely was not good. Of course, there was a fumble. The Jags recovered. You come and take a look at it. The lone sack was Josh Allen's Hine, and then you had the lone sack for the Bills. It was Greg Rousseau. Come and take a look at it. The Bills had 9 passes defense, 3 by Tre'Davious White, and then no passes defense from the Jags. Not going to cut it. You got to knock a couple balls down, shut some things down here and there. Leading tackler for them was Eric Murray and Devin Lloyd, Monteric Brown, Antonio Johnson all had 6 tackles. You come and you look at the Buffalo Bills, 8 tackles, 6 tackles from Rousseau who had the sack. He had 2 TFLs and a pass. Okay, so Greg Rousseau was just balling in this game. He was doing the damn thing. Oh, you a tour? Oh, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? We tourist gang up in here, man. We are tourist gang up in here. Me, Jet, it's a bunch of us, but you know what I'm saying? We are definitely tourist gang. When's your birthday, bro? Let me know, man. I'm May 13th. Um, so you come and you take a look at it, man, and then of course you had the interception of Shaq Thompson and Cole Bishop. That's basically what happens, and you wind up in those situations where just that one kick would have taken you over the top. Oh, you right, you day before me, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Um, so it's very frustrating when it comes down to it. Matt Moses, what up, big dog? Um, it's very frustrating when it comes down to it as a kicker when you do not make the kick and you look at the score and go, if I'd have just made that kick, we would have at least went to overtime. That's the scary part. This is why kickers matter so much, people. I'm telling y'all, it is a rough go when you miss that kick because it stops you from getting into OT or hell, winning the game, let alone that. So you see what happens, man. Josh Allen, he lives to fight another day, and that's what it was. So we're going to talk about the Patriots and the Chargers. Now, this game was a defensive battle, and I say that because it was only 16-3. It wasn't like that. So the Chargers lose by 13 points. They only scored once, and that was in the second quarter. And you know the main reason for that? You said you got some drunk last night and woke up late. Hey, man, sometimes it be like that, bro. Everybody has a day. Hey, don't be mad at it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the craziness, But I think no, you're Matt. You and Jet are same day. You and Jet are same day. So y'all are twinsies on that one. I'm just right behind you. But this is the craziness that happens when you have no O-line. And I am sorry, but hey, gotta do what you gotta do, bro. Gotta have that victory Monday. I feel you, baby. You gotta do your thing. Gotta do your thing. But this is what happens when you have no O-line, bro. Like if there was another team in the league. So basically, I'm gonna tell you this. The Chargers are the 49ers of the AFC. That's what they are. I'll say that. I'll say that. Chargers are the 49ers of the AFC. You know why? Constant injuries. Constant. It plagues them. And I'm hurt. I haven't talked to my brother yet. I got to call him and see how he's doing. I just wanted to give him a little time, kind of take that in, man. But it is unruly that they cannot keep their offensive linemen healthy. It is so crazy. Justin Herbert got sacked 6 damn times. Justin Herbert can only do so much, people. He can only escape so much. He can only run around so much. But you got to block for the guy. And you got to get people in there that can do it and that can stay healthy. That is the biggest frustration for me with the Chargers, man. They have all the tools, but they cannot keep an offensive lineman healthy to make sure that this man don't wind up dying on the field. You got to, man. I'm telling you. And the O-line is where the injuries for them happen more often than not. It is horrible. They have the worst luck when it comes to that. I can say that truthfully. I watch the Chargers from afar because it's not my team, but I do pay attention. But it is ridiculous how many times they always wind up losing on that offensive line. Like it's bad, man. And for your quarterback to get sacked 6 damn times. Now, mind you, that did not. This is why I say it's a defensive battle. Because when you look on the other side, Drake May fell on his ass 5 times too. That's just it, man. But this was just one of them situations where it's kind of, hey, man, you got to do what you got to do. So I'm going to take a look at this real quick. Let me see what's happening. Real quick with that. So, yeah, kicking was 100% on both sides, but this game is far and away probably craziest game of the weekend because neither team scored in the first, and then the Patriots scored every other quarter. Um, and with the Chargers, man, they just couldn't get anything going. And when your quarterback is on his back 6 times, that is so rough. And then here we go. We got fumbles. Now Herbert lost one, but one was picked up by Kamani Vidal. And then, of course, there were fumbles on both sides of the ball. You know what I mean? This was just a crazy game. So Justin Herbert, 19 to 31, 159 yards, no TDs. Now, if you throw for 159 yards in a game, that tells me there was an issue with your offensive line. Because Justin Herbert usually has way higher numbers than that. Drake May, 17 to 29, 268 yards, one TD, one interception. He was sacked 5 times. When you take a look at the rushing, Justin Herbert led the team because he had to, because he was running for his life. 10 carries, 57 yards. He had 5.7 yards to carry. You know what I'm saying? You take away the 16, that leaves him at 41? So it's 9, 40. Yeah, it's still a fantastic average. You know what I'm saying? Kamani Vidal, unfortunately, that line was so bad they just couldn't get him going. You know what I mean? You take a look at the rush. How the hell did this? Both quarterbacks led their team in rushing. Craziness. 10 carries, 66 yards from Drake May. Rodamore Stevenson, 10 for 53. Like, what? This is wild. You take a look at the receiving, man. I'm not here for LA because the Chargers, I mean, the leading receiver had 32 damn yards. That ain't gonna cut it. You can't win no games like that. Rodamore Stevenson, running back, three catches, 75 yards. The only person who caught a touchdown pass was Hunter Henry. Other than that, they were kicking the football. You know what I'm saying? But where we want to look is with the defense, man. We got to take a look at this. So Odafe Oweh, that man was in that backfield for the Patriots. He was hanging out there. He knows Drake May now. Him and Drake May are friends. He knows Drake May's family. If Drake May is married, he knows his wife, his kids, if he has kids. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this man know everything. He knows his whole life. That's how this gonna work. And then you got looks like Tier Tart, not sure who that is. And then Tuli, fast as a tongue twister. He had the other sack. Then you go over to the Patriots, man. Craig Woodson, 11 tackles. Christian Ellis, 8 tackles. Jack Gibbons, 7. You know what I'm saying? These guys were out there moving and grooving. Milton Williams, Caleb Bonchacion. I ain't heard that name in a minute. 2 sacks from both of those dudes, and then the other sack was from Marcus Jones. I mean, hey, man, look, you bring in Vrabel, you bring back Josh McDaniels to be the OC, man, and the Patriots are right back in the saddle doing what they do. That is straight up crazy. What year? But I was taught never to ask you. Yeah. You don't do that. But Jet's not shy about her age. You know what I'm saying? She's a grown woman out there, so she ain't tripping. Oh, my God. Yes. I gotta put that up there. Why the hell? It won't show while I'm sharing. There we go. Yeah. That's sad. That's very sad, bro. That's sad. And this is a starting NFL quarterback who is lauded as a top 10 quarterback. I guarantee you, there's not going to be a soul that's going to tell you Justin Herbert's outside of the top 10. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, bro. Beautiful. Beautiful. I loved it, man. I loved it. Yeah, that was a fantastic play. But here, man, this is just your heart breaks. It really does. Your heart breaks for the Chargers, man. It really does, bro. You can't do anything when you don't have an offensive line. When you're running for your life and you're trying to do any and everything that you can do, you led your team in passing, rushing. Justin Herbert is not a one-stop shop for winning the game, people. It's not all on him. Other people got Wait a minute. Bloop. There we go. StreamYard. Oh, nope, not that. Let's go here. I'll give it to you right now. All right, boom, booyah. Nope. Where we at? All right, there you go, media. It's in the chat. But it is straight up insane what happened with this game, just due to the fact that that this was just flat out look great. The defenses looked amazing. The offense for the Chargers was non-existent because Justin Herbert couldn't get off his back. That's the unfortunate issue with this, man. So that's definitely the case, man. It was definitely a little bit rough when it came down to it. You know what I mean? So you just have to do everything that you can to be able to hope and pray that next year your offensive line stays healthy and they can keep Justin Herbert upright, give the man time in the pocket to look through reads, make throws, do all of the things that he needs to do. I believe John Harbaugh is a fantastic coach, and I believe that's something that they're going to address. If they feel comfortable with the guys they have on the line, they just got to figure a way to keep them healthy, bro. That is the main focal point. Please find a way to keep that line healthy. That will give Justin Herbert the time to be able to stand back there and actually he cannot. He doesn't have time. There's nothing he can do. So it's extremely frustrating when you're there and you're knowing you go into this game and you know off the bat, I honestly cannot depend on these dudes in front of me. I can't. I truthfully cannot. And I don't know how far I'm going to go in the playoffs because I'm worried that I might not make it. I might barely not make it out of this game. And that's the rough part, man. That is the rough part about it. So the other game that I'm going to talk about here as well is the game that happened last night. Monday Night Football, wild card weekend. The Texans versus the Steelers. All of that, bro. Monday Night Football. Now, I think I was 100% on my picks, if I'm not mistaken, because let me take a look really quick. I picked it. Yep. I was 100% on my picks. I picked everybody right. Everybody right. So this game, bro, Texans versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Quite possibly could be Aaron Rodgers' last game. Quite possibly could be Mike Tomlin's last game as head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, mind you, we all know the Steelers. We all know their motto and how they move. They do not move off of head coaches very often. You will be there for a long period of time. You get a long leash when you are in Steeler country. I believe they started with Chuck Noll, then they went to Bill Cowher, and now they're with why does his name just escape me? Mike Tomlin. And at the end of the day, man, Tomlin is very good with it. He's had his time, but you just get frustrated, man. It starts to get old. It's nice when you make the playoffs, when you don't do anything in them, or when you only just have a winning season but don't make the playoffs. That ain't no good either. But let me bring in my brother from another mother to the stage. My man, 49er Media, is in the building. What's going on, Media? How you doing, brother?
Good.
Good, man. What do you think of this game, bro? Because this was, oof. It was a beatdown, but it wasn't a beatdown in the way that they think. This was the Texans doing what I thought they would do.
Yeah, I thought that, it was pretty close, I felt like, for the beginning part, and then the Texans just were able to, keep it going. I mean, Texans have one of the best defenses in the league. I think they actually might be number one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they are.
And so I kind of expected this. I think Aaron Rodgers is washed. Like you just said, Mike Tomlin, like he just finds a way in the regular season to always just sneak to be right at 500 or right above
Hmm.
500 and then nothing in the playoffs. I think it's time that the Steelers move off from him, um, honestly. And I feel like Rodgers, even if he doesn't retire, it's like, what's the plan after that, anyways? I really think the Steelers got to move on from him. I did not expect that the Steelers would even have a chance in this game, and clearly, I feel like that's what it looks like here. That's what it's looked like when I'm watching the game. Yeah, I think this was an expected outcome. In terms of all the other games, I was not shocked to see that this was a blowout.
Yeah, this being a blowout was definitely crazy. Wait, hold up. Well, it looks like it's a party, people. Because now we've got B-Dubs in the building as well. He caught that link. I was like, I'm in here.
What's up?
Going on, B-Dubs?
How's it going?
It's going, man. What did you think of this game, bro? I'll flip back through the other ones because I talked about the other playoff games. But what did you think of this game, bro? I mean, I've been saying all year, man, that Texas defense is a whole nother animal.
Yeah, if Texans do anything in this playoffs, dude, it's because of the defense, because that offense is atrocious. I'm sorry. But this game yesterday was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
That wasn't necessarily the best offensive output because when you look at it, man, you just take a look at it. Simply put, the Texans didn't score in the first or the third quarter.
Mm.
The Pittsburgh Steelers scored in the first half, and the Steelers went into the half down 7-6, and you held the team scoreless in the first quarter. That's your first damn mistake. That's all bad. What? You held the team scoreless in the first, and you still want to going into the half. You know what I'm saying? And you're down, and then you don't score at all in the second half.
Yeah.
At all. And then there's an explosion in the fourth quarter. So Steelers defense showed up until the fourth quarter came, and then they just kind of realized it was over and just said, "Fuck it, it is what it is." And this hurts for certain players. It hurts for your T.J. Watts. It hurts for your DK Metcalfs. You know what I'm saying? And your Joey Porter Juniors and your Alex Highsmiths and guys like that. You know what I'm saying? Your Cam Haywards and things like that. Because those are the guys that are going to continue to play.
Yeah.
And they have to just suffer this loss and keep on pushing. You don't have any play. You don't know who your quarterback is going to be next year, truthfully, because Aaron Rodgers is a one-year rental. And we don't know if he's going to retire. I mean, I'd be honest with you. I think if Rodgers comes back, they let Tomlin stay. But if Rodgers don't come back, I think they move on. And I think that's what it's going to hinge on. So they may have to make the Tomlin decision quicker than they make the Rodgers the decision on Rodgers, because that's unfortunately an issue. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it would be kind of interesting to see a play. Yes, I know they were the 7th seed, and yes, they still made the playoffs, to see a coach fired, but also I wouldn't be shocked. And if they do, does that mean that they could go after Harbaugh, as maybe a replacement? There's been talk also.
He fits the Steelers type of blue collar mantra, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I've heard some things about Harbaugh as far as he might want to go where he's from in Ohio, maybe. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, there's been also talk, right? I forget who reported it. Might have been Diana Cini or something, but I remember one of the reporters was saying that like coaches that could be on the hot seat for next year or like could get fired next year could actually get fired this year just because of Harbaugh being available. So because I mean, look at the Miami Dolphins, right? They haven't officially fired Mike McDaniel.
No, he's gone. He's gone.
Oh no, sorry, they did.
Yeah,
okay, but before they were kind of
they were kind of they didn't put him in that carousel that just went down.
Yeah,
like that 6 initial that we knew were gone, all of those. Yeah, he didn't fall in there. I think it was like a week or two after that.
Yeah, because I think Harbaugh became available, and they're like, okay.
Yeah, and they're like, hold on, wait a minute. But here's the thing. We'll talk about that at the end. But this game, man, I don't care what nobody says, bro. I will always state the Texas defense is for real. You know why? Because look at Aaron Rodgers' numbers. Aaron Rodgers, 1733, 146 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. He was sacked 4 times. If you get output like that from your defense on a quarterback, the caliber of Aaron Rodgers, you better win the game.
Yeah.
If you lose the game and your defense did that, you owe your defense a huge apology. I don't care whether you're buying Rolexes, Ferraris, whatever. You owe them big time because they came through stupid clutch. And then look at CJ Stroud, man. 21 to 32, 250, 1 TD, 1 interception. He was sacked 3 times. You know what I'm saying? 19 carries, 112 yards from Woody Marks. Really good. 10 carries, 48 yards from Nick Chubb. Fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Pittsburgh's rushing just was non-existent. That's because the Texas defense is just that real. And then you take a look at the passing, bro. DK Metcalf, 2 catches, 42 yards. Valdez-Scantling. This is one thing I'll say about Aaron Rodgers. He always finds a way to get somebody in with him that he knows. I swear it's ridiculous how he will forcibly find a way to get one of his dudes on the team. Valdez-Scantling. What's the other guy? He tried a little bit for Randall Cobb, but Randall Cobb is done. He's washed. The other guy, Alan Lazard.
On the Jets.
Everywhere he went. So it's like, bro, you can't just keep taking the same receivers and recycling their ass every time you go to a team. Some teams just do have things. But then you take a look at it, 5 fumbles. 5 from your quarterback? Are you trying to lose the game, sir? CJ Stroud, bro, I'm going to tell you right now.
I told you the offense is trash.
Y'all are on a Ravens-like path. And when I state that, I ain't talking about the recent Ravens. I'm talking about the Ravens from 2000. Mm-hmm. Because you can't have 5 damn fumbles in one game. I don't care if you were and you lost 2 and recovered 3. Now, the numbers worked in your favor, but at the end of the day, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You cannot do that, bro. You're going to go up against teams that are going to actually turn around and turn those fumbles into points. Now, luckily, your defense is so damn good that the fumbles didn't matter. But at the end of the day, I know when you walk in that room and you look at those defensive dudes, you look at them, and I guarantee you will apologize wholeheartedly. From the bottom of your heart, you say that. So, with that being said, Jesus, ugly, 5 damn fumbles. CJ Stroud, you got to do better, young blood. Got to do better.
If you're doing that against the Patriots next week for sure.
Oh, don't do that. They gonna make you pay. They will make you pay. Derek Harmon had a sack. Keanu Benton had a sack. And then Jack Sawyer had himself a sack. TJ Watt only had 6 tackles. You look at the Texans defense, and you have Will Anderson would have a sack. Sheldon Rankins with a sack and a half. Daniil Hunter with a sack. And then the other sack was split between Danico Autry, Derek Barnett. Like, you're just seeing this interception from Caitlin Bullock. Brandon Echols had an interception for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 100% on their kicking, but they just didn't score. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. Here we go. Kaimi Fairbairn misses 1 kick, but it does not matter. It literally doesn't. It really doesn't matter at the end of the day. This was the game that you have to win. You're in the playoffs. You have no choice. If you're Aaron Rodgers, this could be your last game in the NFL. If you're Mike Tomlin, this could be your last game as head coach for the Steelers. You know what I'm saying? If you're TJ Watt, you don't know where your future is now because you don't know who your head coach is. You don't know what direction the franchise is going in. All of these things come into play. But what did y'all think of the other game? What did y'all think about that Rams-Panthers game? Let me get your thoughts, media.
Obviously, I would have loved to see the Panthers win. Also because my boy, but also you get to see the Rams, fall down. But I think this is really good experience for Carolina because they're a young team. I don't think anybody saw them making the playoffs. Yes, I know their division is the weakest in football, but they still made the playoffs. So I'm pretty impressed. I did see that they picked up Bryce Young's 5th-year option, which that's not really surprising, but Yeah,
Mhm.
I think Panthers are fun, up and coming, team. But the Rams better watch out because low key they've been kind of folding these last few weeks. It feels
And
like.
hey man, and I said it. I said it before. I say it again. The Panthers deserve a lot of credit. And like I said, you picked up his fifth-year option. Hey, continue to build around the young man. You got yourself your quarterback, and you just keep building around him. And I guarantee you, Carolina will come back to prominence. But go ahead, B. That's what you got for the Panthers and Rams.
I'll just say this: the Rams are frauds. That's all I gotta say. Rams are frauds.
Okay, that
Bears
is
are
a
taking that dub next weekend.
Oh, okay. We gonna get into that. Don't say that about that yet. We gonna get into that.
Yeah,
What
I'm
did y'all
already
think?
getting into the
What did y'all?
pick.
How did y'all feel about Caleb Williams with his stellar performance in that fourth quarter? Jeez, this young man is a fourth quarter hero. Like, I don't know how that works, bro. What did you think of that game? And that was a crazy game. I really thought the Packers had that joint in the bag. Went into halftime down 18,
Mhm.
and you turn around and give them like 25 in the fourth? Yeah, it was insane. What did you think about that though?
Yeah, I honestly was shocked that the Packers were even leading by that much because I thought they
Mm,
were going to get mollywopped, in my opinion,
mm.
even though it's a divisional opponent. Because that defense without Micah Parsons, but you still got Trayvon Diggs. Maybe you just shouldn't be trading for Cowboys guys because they're known for choking.
Bad luck. Bad luck.
Yeah, exactly. But even if they didn't have those guys, yeah, man, they've just had a very up and down year. So I was really shocked. But hey, Ben Johnson, if you guys remember when the Niners played them in the NFC Championship game, remember how we weren't down by as much as
Hmm.
the Bears, but this time Ben Johnson got the good side of things.
Yeah, y'all remember CJ Gardner Johnson? He was telling us goodbye at halftime. He regretted that. But what you think about that B-Dubs? I think he's working at the same time. Yeah. But this was definitely very frustrating when it came down to it, man, for the pack. Because you did everything you were supposed to do and you just disappeared in the second half. It was all bad. And I mean in every which way. Hey, one thing I will say is, and I forgot to say this earlier, because I want your thoughts on the Bills and Jags. Let me let him work for a second. Then when he's ready, he'll tell me. The Bills and the Jags. There was a reporter that said one of the nicest things you could ever hear. She let Liam Cohen know that he needs to hold his head high and that he's building something beautiful and he should be
Saw
very
that.
proud of himself. Media is never that kind.
Yeah.
And when I say media, people, I'm not talking about my Dog 49er media. I'm saying the media, as in, the national media or even your local media that reports on your teams. Most of the time, they are not that kind. Damn sure ain't getting that kind of shit in New York. I guarantee you that.
Oh, yeah. No way.
Go to a New York podium, they're going to rip you a brand new, what, quick as they can. But what I'm saying is it was beautiful to see that someone cared enough to be that kind to him. And it's his first playoff game, man. And it was a close loss. This wasn't no blowout. And this was against a very big Buffalo Bills team, bro. Like it's for real. You know what I'm saying? They were just as close to being the number one seed, possibly still winning their division. But what did you think about that? That Bills and Jags game, man? It was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah. I thought that was really good game. Tanks, no, not Tanks Bigsby, that he's now on the Eagles. But anyways, their backup running back, I can't think of his name, but he was fantastic. I thought their whole running game was fantastic. I thought they should have
For
leaned
who?
for the Jags.
Oh, Bayshaw Tootin?
Yes, thank you. Bayshawn Tootin, man. Like, I thought they should have leaned on the running game a little bit more. I know Washington was fantastic for them. But yeah, man, I believe there was an interception, right, by Lawrence, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that one was a little forced, I felt like, but I think in this game, I think experience took over just a little bit because we know what Josh Allen has done, you know, even versus Mahomes, even though he's lost, right? Like when it comes down to the wire, I think Josh Allen has done really good. And unfortunately, there was, I think, too much time on the clock. In terms of what you were saying about that reporter, I thought that was like fantastic. Definitely, like you said, you don't ever hear anyone say that to a media. I saw people in the comments being like, "Oh, that should be done in private, and that shouldn't be like talked about." I'm like, huh? Like it was just the comments were crazy on that, but I thought that was a great moment by the reporter, even though you don't ever really see that.
Yeah. So here, I understand what you're stating there, as far as that's concerned. What I'm saying, Black, but that's definitely still either way, man. When you just took your first, initial loss in the playoffs, bro, it is good to hear something like that. And I'm sorry, at the end of the day, for those people saying that should be done in private, bro, why? Why are you mad somebody said something kind to the man? He just took his first L in the playoffs, and he played a hell of a damn game. Yeah. Let the man have a moment where somebody's peaceful. Like, you don't have to be, like media doesn't have to be, assholes all the time. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Yes, should they be impartial? I completely agree. What's going on, TD? I agree. They should be impartial. But at the end of the day, bro, it's not that's not fair to them. You know what I mean? But B-Dubs, what did you think of that, man? Did you know what I'm saying? The lady being very polite about, letting Liam Cohen know like everything is gonna be all right, like you played a good game. What did you think about that? Oh, he working, bro. He can't even hear me. He keep putting his face. He gonna tell me when he's ready. But honestly, I think that was great. The other games, let's see. What did that Chargers Patriots game, bro?
Okay, well, have we gone into the Niners yet, or?
No. I'm trying. Okay. Once B-Dubs actually is ready, I'll put him back up here and we can talk about that.
No, because there's a stat I want to bring up, but I'm gonna bring it up when that has to do with the Niners and the Chargers. That is just outlandish to me, but yeah, I know you were mentioning.
I hear you on that one, though. I hear you. Yeah, I hear you on your comment. I really do. And media, yes, I agree that they should be impartial, but I'm not mad at them when they're not. When they're kind, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, but I thought, man, I know they've been dealing with a lot of offensive line issues the entire year. I feel like the Chargers are kind of similar to the Niners, where it's just like they always are the other team that's dealing with a ton of injuries. I literally
said they were the Niners of the AFC. They are, because there's always injuries plaguing them. Mm-hmm. But for them, mainly, our injuries are everywhere. Like it's all over the place. It could be a linebacker, it could be a safety.
But for them, they still have their receivers, their running backs.
Mainly the offensive line. Yeah. That is usually where the injuries go, and that is the worst place to have injuries.
Yeah. I mean, Justin Herbert, man, he was just abysmal because, obviously the offensive line didn't help him, but he's not been good in the playoffs.
6 times. Like I can't call Justin Herbert abysmal on that because his offensive line just gave him no hope. It'd have been different if he had time to sit back there and dissect the defense and go through reads. He didn't have any time to breathe.
Yeah.
Well, Seahawks, Eddie, what's happening, baby? We'll see you on Saturday, big dog. We will see you on Saturday, man. We're going to drop that link. We're going to make sure you get up in there, baby, because we want to talk. You ready now, B-Dubs? All right. There we go. Now you're ready. You got to come off mute, though.
All right. What'd you ask me, bro?
No, I was asking you. So there was a reporter that was very kind to Liam Cohen. And she let him know to keep his head held high. And she congratulated him on what he had done, and she basically said, you have no reason to be sad right now. Like, it's good. Like, I'm saying she was just being very polite. And I just wanted to know how you felt on
that. That's cool. I mean, if it was me, I would have said, man, you played a good season. Do better in the playoffs.
Okay, so you're like everybody else in the media.
Get your head out of your ass and do better in the playoffs.
You failed. You lost.
You failed.
Suck. You trapped.
Cameron win a goddamn playoff game. What's the matter with you?
Y'all crazy. You crazy, man. But so it. Oh, okay. Greg Roman's offense was all right. All right. Hey. Now look, we got to the promised land with Greg Roman. We got to the Super Bowl.
It could be outdated, I feel like maybe.
But I mean, now is it old, outdated? Yeah, but he got us to the promised land. We got there. But this is what I will say, man. Looking at the playoffs, everything kind of fell into play the way I thought it would, as far as like who was winning. I did think the Rams were going to win. I pulled for the Bears regardless. I definitely I thought the Bills were going to take it. I felt like we would win. I wanted the Chargers to win so bad. So I think that was my only miss. And I really knew the Texans were going to beat the brakes off of the damn Steelers. But wildcard weekend is over. But let's talk about our game a little bit. You know what I'm saying? What's that stat we got there, media? Because, our 49ers, man, it's like somebody comes in. If y'all don't know who Benchwarmer Ben is, please check him out.
All right.
Benchwarmer Ben, he's hilarious. He's on YouTube. He does a lot of shorts, and he always kind of parodies different teams, and he talks about things, but he gives hilarious perspectives, and I find them priceless. This is the situation. So he was basically acting as if he was the football gods. And he's like, and then he has on a shirt that says 49ers. And then it's like, hey, just a quick question for you guys. He goes, how the hell are you still here? We've been striking your players down left and right, and you just won't die. What is the issue? And now they basically made it like CMC was like a demigod. Like every time a player goes down to give CMC some kind of extra energy, he just guides us for his prices. But go ahead, media. Tell me.
All right, so our wide receiver, Mr. Third and Jawan, has the same amount of passing touchdowns in playoffs as Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert, which is 2. Because if you remember in the Super Bowl, yes, I know it's a sad topic, but
yes, he did.
Jawan Jennings, right, had the throw for the touchdown to CMC in that Super Bowl, and then obviously did it, this last week against the Eagles.
Yeah. I mean, me and B-Dubs, we already did a post-game show, but jump in here, B-Dubs, man. Just remind us of how you felt about that win with the, beating the Cry Eagles cry.
Oh, it was great. Everybody doubted us, which is nice when they do, because then we prove them wrong. When you get the dub. And yes, sir. And moving on to the next round, man. We defeated the defending champs. I mean, you gotta feel good about that. I mean, come on now.
So think about it. Both teams that appeared in the Super Bowl last year are not here. Chiefs didn't even get to the dance. And the Eagles came and we just, kicked their teeth in. We basically shot down the Eagle. And when you come and take a look at it, man, I do want to get y'all's thoughts, because next week we got more playoffs. We got more playoffs, people. So, divisional round. Let's call it. Let's talk about it. Let's see who has what here. I don't know why this shit moving slow as a damn bitch, but come on now, ESPN, get it together. Now, this is going to be a fun one to start. We start with the Buffalo Bills versus the Denver Broncos. Broncos ain't been in the playoffs in a minute. It's been a while. But B-Dubs, go first. Who wins this game? Can Josh Allen beat Bo Nix and that Broncos defense? Or is Josh Allen going to continue his Cinderella story and actually get to a AFC Championship game where he might win?
I think the Bills take it.
Tell me why, though. Why?
I think Josh Allen has a game, and he throws for about 3 or 4 touchdowns.
Oh, okay. So he said Broncos defense ain't got they ain't got nothing. Pat Surtain, shut your mouth. Okay. What you think?
Brandon going right at our former boys. That means, with the Broncos.
Yeah, man. Don't. Yeah, man. You gonna go with Dre? You gonna go with Huff? Come on, dog.
Hey, not our team anymore. Remember,
don't care.
Right here. Matters with the name on the front, not on the back.
Fair enough. I'm taking the Bills too, man. I think this is the year Josh Allen makes it to the promised land because you don't got to worry about the Ravens. You don't got to worry about the Bengals. You don't got to worry about the Chiefs. I think this is wide open as any year. Broncos, I mean, again, they're off their bye. Do you guys remember if the Broncos sat their starters at all week 18?
I do believe they did because they didn't need it. They already had the number one seed locked up.
So, I mean, will they have any rust? Because
No.
we've seen that, work in the past. But I think this one's going to be another down to the wire, just like that Jags game. I honestly wouldn't be shocked if it's kind of low scoring, though, just because that Broncos defense is one of the best. Bills defense, plays decent enough to where, basically they're doing what they got to do. But yeah, man, I think this is the year for Josh Allen.
All right. I've said this, and I'll say it again. I'll continue to say it. Josh Allen is under the most pressure of any quarterback here, and that is definitely something that you would need. Now, Sean Payton has the experience. You know what I'm saying? McDermott has the experience. I'm going to actually say I'm going opposite. I'm going to say this is the last stop for Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills. I think that the Broncos are real. And I think that the weakness of the Buffalo Bills is their defense. Their offense is good, but their defense is not so tough. So I'm going to take the Denver Broncos. I think Bo Nix has a game. I think that Broncos defense is just stellar, and they will be able to shut down Josh Allen and what he brings to the table. Next game, I ain't even going to ask no questions. You already know how that works. We're all thinking the Niners. It's obvious.
Yeah.
Blatantly obvious at what we're doing.
Jake Tonja's season.
Jake Tonja's season it has begun and it will continue to go.
Now, and I hope DeMarcus Robinson, man, if he somehow has
giving
another
him the ball, bro. Keep giving him the rock.
Sam Darnold chokes.
Oh,
that is all.
Eric Kendricks pick.
Ooh, yes. You know what? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I felt like Eric Kendricks kind of looked a little bit like he looked at Minnesota in that game.
Facts.
And you remember when it was him and Anthony Barr, it was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I say we win because Sam Darnold will see ghost again. He will definitely see ghost again. But Texans.
Also, real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Seahawks don't play as well at home as they do away. Just putting that out there.
Okay. Good stat.
You know who else? You know what Brock Purdy's record is? At
Isn't he 6-0?
Is it Lumen Field?
Yeah.
He's 6-0.
Undefeated.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Everything just falls in the 49ers' favor. We can't be mad at that. This game, I think, is going to be old school smash mouth slobber knocker football, the Patriots and the Texans. I like this. I like this matchup. I like it a lot. Here's the problem. The better quarterback is Drake May. But the better defense is the Texans.
Yeah.
I don't know who to pick in this game right now. So B-Dubs, tell me who's winning this game. And then we'll go to media, and then I got to think about this one. This is rough.
Yeah,
Who
this is rough.
Patriots, Texans. Oof.
I think May's gonna have an issue back there with this Houston defense because they pressure a lot, and the way they played yesterday, dude. I don't know, man. It's gonna be a tough one.
Okay.
If the Texans wins, it's because of the defense again.
Okay. All right. Media, what you got?
Yeah, this one to me is like 50-50, but that Texans defense is for real, and we saw what Stroud did yesterday. He was atrocious, like you said, 5 fumbles, and I said it right when you said that. He can't have that happen again. But man, that story of Drake May, who I think should be MVP, honestly, but I'm gonna take the Texans, man. I think that defense is going to be able to carry them. You know, it's been a great story for the Patriots, a young team. Like, it was so shocking to see the Patriots do this well this season. But yeah, unfortunately, I think I see their season ending.
All right, man. You know what? 3 for 3. I'm not lone wolf in this one. I got to go with the Texans too, man. That defense is just unreal. The only way this happens is if CJ Stroud screws this game off. That's the only way that the Texans lose. If CJ Stroud screws this game off, you can't have an interception along with 5 fumbles. You cannot do it. You've got to play better, CJ. You got to play better, man. Because at some point, they're going to look at you and say, hey, you're wasting our time. And then you're basically, right now, CJ Stroud, you look like Trent Dilfer. That's who you look like. Because that was the quarterback when the Ravens had that vaunted defense. And Trent Dilfer was not that damn good. He'll tell you himself. He's openly stated it. Nah, I wasn't that damn good, but I was there. Okay, he says, tell me a good team that the Pats beat outside of Buffalo. I mean, I get you. Sometimes schedules are soft, but I do not subscribe to that. I state this, and I state this consistently. At the end of the day, you only play who's on your schedule, bro. I don't make the schedule. I just play who's in front of me. Now, when you come up against better teams, yes, it's going to test your mettle. But at the end of the day, I only play who's on my schedule. I don't make that list. And
I mean, people can say the same thing.
This is where we're all headed. Yes. Me personally, I think it's a Broncos-Texans AFC Championship game. Do I want Josh Allen to win? Yes, 1,000%. I want him to win. But if he doesn't, now we got to start asking questions.
Mm-hmm. Real quick, I know you were just saying, like, people are saying who the Patriots have played. I mean, I cannot lie. People could say the same thing about the Niners.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
but we're battle tested. We did what we had to do, and I believe you. Yes, being battle tested is a fantastic thing. Now, this game, I don't even care. I just want the Bears to win because I don't want the Rams to win at all. Yeah. That's me. I just want them to win because I don't want the Rams to win. I don't want them to win anything. Because right now, the NFC has a problem, and it's called the NFC West because there's still 3 of us in this dance.
Yeah.
I believe the Bears can win. I do believe that they can win. I do believe they have everything to win. And it's not me just hating the Rams and being biased as it pertains to why my pick is there. I'm picking because I think the Bears are the better team.
Yeah.
And remember, the Rams don't get the comfort of SoFi. They don't get the comfort of no dome, no nothing. You got to go to Soldier Field in the cold, where that weather ain't gonna be nice to you.
Ooh, 17.
Where those Bears fans are gonna be unruly. They wanted to taste this type of victory since old Sexy Rexy back in the day. Rex Grossman and all them dudes. I tell you this, I think the Bears win, but I think it's a close one. What do you think, B-Dubs? Because you're working, so I'm gonna try to catch you real quick.
I think the Bears take this one.
Okay.
The Rams defense is a fraud.
Oh. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man of few words. I like it.
And in the cold too, no chance.
Yeah. It's a whole different world. What you got, media?
Yeah, I'm going 3 for 3 here. I'm taking the Bears, man. Like the set, I believe that whichever team is playing the best in the playoffs, and close to the playoffs, has the better chance to win. And I think the Bears have done that. To me, Ben Johnson should be coach of the year. Outside of Kyle Shanahan, obviously, I think Kyle Shanahan, number 1, should get coach of the year. But, yeah, man, that Bears team, I think that momentum, even after a rough, first half really against the Packers, I think that's going to carry with them to this game. And, again, the Rams have barely beaten teams, kind of near the second. That defense hasn't been as good as we thought, after last year. Give me the Bears in this one. It's going to be a rematch of Niners Bears, but this time it would be in
It'd be in Chicago.
Yeah.
It'd be in Chicago. Well, we called those games, man. I thank everybody for tuning in and hanging out with us, man. It's always good to have my guys with me, 49er Media, my little brother out there at school, out there, you know what I'm saying, doing big things. B-Dubs, no matter where he is, he would jump on, whether it's in the car, at work, you know what I'm saying, in the bathroom taking a shit, he'll be there. I'm just joking about that last one, people. B-Dubs would never come on because I wouldn't allow it like that, bro. I just had to have a little laugh with y'all, man. But, hey, I'm telling you right now, I think it's going to be another fantastic weekend of football. You know what I'm saying? For us, we definitely have to pay close attention because we got to go out there. I'm not at 1,000, bro. I'm not there yet. So super chats have to go through the Patreon. If you see the Patreon right there, you want to support the channel, you see it right there. Go ahead and go to Patreon/Niner Gang Podcast to be able to support the channel. Once you get to 1,000, then you can do super chats and things of that nature.
Same.
But until you're at 1,000, they don't allow you to do it. That's why I always have my little Patreon banner right there. If anybody wants to support the channel, appreciate all of the help, man. It helps, you know what I'm saying? But definitely like, subscribe, pay close attention. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, we'll be back on Saturday to go ahead and talk about the 49ers versus Seahawks game. And we will definitely be there. You know what I'm saying? We'll be all watching. Wherever you are, please go to a Niner bar. Go have fun. No matter where you live, there is a Niner bar. Look it up. I guarantee you. If you are a Niner fan and you are in this chat, you can find a Niner bar no matter wherever you could be in Timbuktu. I guarantee you somebody out there is a Niner fan. I know it. It always works out like that. Okay. But if you're in there, like I said, if you're in Arizona, come to Varsity Tavern over off Mill Ave. You know where Varsity Tavern is. If you know where Sun Devil Stadium is, come right over there, man. Come join us. We'd love to have you. We will welcome you in with open arms. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're a Seahawks fan, you can come in there. Just watch your mouth when you come in there because there are lots of us, very, very little amount of y'all. And there's only one Seahawks fan there last week. He watched his words very quietly. Not saying we're going to do anything to you or we're going to try to do something to you. Be mindful of your mouth. It's just how that works, okay? Californians, we get a little testy and you get packed out real easily over here, okay? Just be mindful. You know what I'm saying? But of course, I'm just joking. Everybody have fun this weekend. Watch your teams, root for your teams. It's playoff football. This is the best time of the year, especially for me, because I love it and I'm happy that we're in the dance. All we got to do is take time, be patient, go ahead and beat the Seahawks. We got to choke the light. We already took down one bird. Took down the symbol of America.
Time to take the next
I'm
one.
not stating anything negative, but you know, the eagle is a symbol of America. That's just what it is. That's our bird. We use that. I love my home. I love America. But now we got to go just take the Seahawk out. Okay, we don't care about that. Look, we can shoot him in the head, fry him, fricassee him, deep fry him. I can go get some Louisiana rub from the stove. We can throw him up and eat some fried Seahawk for all I care. We just need to win. At the end of the day, I want to go to the NFC Championship game. And you know what? Tell me all of y'all saw that video of Fred. Did you see All-Pro Fred? He looked good, don't he? He looked real good. I like All-Pro Fred. I do. He looked real good.
Dude, imagine him, D. Winters, and Eric Kendricks, bro.
First of all, imagine Fred Warner coming on to the field.
Yeah.
Just that right there. I immediately guarantee a sack on defense. Immediate. You look up and you see your leader that you lost and you continue to fight. And you look up and 54 is coming out of the tunnel with the draft. Bro, are you serious? The boost that gives you. People, you don't understand what it does for you, man, when you have that kind of connection with your players and with your team. These are your brothers. This is family. And I can tell you right now, if we don't get Fred for the NFC Championship game and we still somehow make it to the Super Bowl, you will – Santa Clara going to have about an 8.9 earthquake when Fred come out that damn tunnel. They may even tell him, bring your ass out by yourself.
Yeah.
You deserve that. That's all I'm saying, bro. And if Kyle gets to the Super Bowl, Coach of the Year. Lock it in.
Even if he doesn't get to the Super Bowl, I still think he should be.
I think if he gets at least to the NFC Championship, you can lock that down. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And the nice thing is, hey, if we play the Bears again, we beat them once, we can go do it again. Simple, simplistic, easy money. But everybody, make sure you go follow Forever Faithful Podcast. You know what I'm saying? On all social media platforms. He is everywhere. TikTok, Twitch, Kick, Rumble, Jump, Left, Up, Right, Down, whatever you want to think of. Anything social media, it's Forever Faithful Podcast. 49er Media here on YouTube. Me, Niner Gang Podcast here. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend. We're all trying to hit that 1K so we can have those super chats, along with the fact of just continuing to give y'all great content, man. Thank everybody for tuning in and hanging out with us. Appreciate you coming in, jumping in, media. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful
Thanks
day.
for having me.
Stay up, stay faithful. God bless America. Peace.
Go Niners.
Go Niners.